Let's go! Batter up! We're taking the afternoon off. It's a beautiful day for a ball game, today. The fans are out to get a ticket or two. From Walla Walla, Washington to Kalamazoo. It's a beautiful day for a home run, but even a triple's okay. We're gonna cheer and boo and raise a hullabaloo at the ball game today.
Hey everybody, it's me, Rick Acosta, the Dodger Card Collector, coming to you with another video. Today is Friday, March the 3rd, just a few more weeks closer to opening day. I always get excited about opening day. I don't expect the Dodgers to do too much this year. We've lost a lot of players, and as of last week, we have now lost our starting shortstop, as Gavin Lux tore his ACL running the third base in an exhibition game this past week. We'll see how the rest of the season goes. NHL trade deadline is today at noon Pacific. Kings made a big trade, trading longtime veteran Jonathan Quick, which was kind of sad to see, but it's a business, so I totally get it. The Blackhawks also traded Patrick Kane. So if you're into hockey, there's a lot of big trades coming up. Basketball, Lakers, LeBron James, he's going to be out at least 3 weeks. They're done. I just don't see these guys doing anything. It's time to move on. So I won't be talking about the Lakers that much. So that's sports-wise. Hobby-wise, it's been slow. I bought some junk wax cards again. I did buy one vintage card. I hope to get it in the mail next week. I have to stop over at the Burbank Card Store on Saturday because I did order some cards through them, and I'm going to pick them up because they have free local pickup and avoids me having to pay shipping, and it gives me an excuse to go check out to see what they have. I haven't been there in a couple of months, so that's what's going on hobby-wise. What do we got? Oh, no, one other thing hobby-wise, and I wanted to see if this has ever happened to you because I know it's happened to me. Someone popular, I'm not going to name names, tweeted this week, posted on Twitter that they had lost out on a bid. And because of that, they went on a binge and bought a bunch of other cards that night. And it reminded me of a night, this has happened to me a couple of nights, but I think the most famous night I had was I was eyeing a 1949 Bowman Duke Snider, and I thought I was going to get it. And at the same time, I thought I was going to get a 1949 Bowman Roy Campanella. I kept telling myself, I'm going to win one or the other. It's just inevitable. Well, I lost both of them. What did I do? I was so mad that night, I ended up winning a 1950 Bowman Jackie Robinson card. So it begs the question to you guys. Has that ever happened to you? You know, you've lost an auction, you kind of pissy about it, so you take revenge on the rest of the eBay world and pick up some cards that you weren't planning on picking up that day. Let me know. I thought that was a fun tweet, and it did remind me of some of my escapades when it comes to collecting. What do we got today? I'm going to show off some cards. Most of you that have been watching my videos, and if you've seen my card room video, you know that I display my cards in display cases for graded cards. My team sets are in binders, and my Dodger team cards are back here. But I do have several hundred graded slabs that don't get to see the light of day. They're not on display cases. They're just in a regular Pinzani display carrying case, for lack of a better word. And I thought I'd share 10 random cards from that collection just to share with you guys and just to be able to talk about them a little. So let's turn the camera around and we'll take a look. So the 10 cards I picked, they're random. I'm not going to give you big biographies or anything like that. I'm probably just going to tell you maybe the situation of where I bought them. Some of the cards I liked as a child, and that's why I'm picking them. So let's stop talking and let's start looking. First card, 1933 Gaudy, Paul Waner in a PSA 2. And I wanted some pre-war cards, some Hall of Famers to add to my collection. Did some reading up and I saw Paul Waner and I thought, yeah, I want that guy in my collection. So I was able to get a good deal on this card, and that's the reason I bought it. It's a good looking, well, the 33 Goudey is just a good looking set in general, but I really wanted, I want my collection to be a representation of the history of baseball, so to speak. So that's one of the reasons I bought this 1933 Goudey Paul Waner. Okay, from the 1934 to 1936 Diamond Stars collection, Sam Leslie of the Dodgers, Brooklyn Dodgers. Love the look of this set. Just love the color. Love the background. I don't understand why the Dodgers aren't in blue and why they have red on their uniforms, but that's probably just the way they did it back then. This is a really good looking set. There's a side of me that would like to work on it, but I'm focusing right now on the 41 play ball. So I have the Dodger team set. This is the only card I have graded. I will say that my two favorite cards from this set would undeniably have to be the Hank Greenberg and the Al Simmons cards. Those are stunning. I would like to add those to my collection at some point. So this one is a 2. There's a nice big crease right there. And then they explain everything on the back, but that is Sam Leslie. From another very popular and beautiful set, 1953 Bowman, Carl Erskine. I have been told that's Yankee Stadium in the background. I'm assuming that's not Ebbets Field because it looks like the Dodgers are wearing their road grays. Again, a lot has been talked about this set, and it's just stunning. I don't think there's one ugly card in this set. Again, I'm fortunate enough to have the Dodger team set. And the reason I bought this card was because I wanted, again, for my Dodger display wall, I wanted a Carl Erskine card on the wall. Eventually, I ended up, this one was on the wall for a while, and then I bought the Erskine rookie, and that one is up on the wall now instead. But can't deny this is Erskine PSA 6. This is, if I could get the mantle, I would start this set, but I don't want to get 164 cards and then never get the mantle. So now this set I bought from a guy on Facebook several years ago, 1955 Golden Stamp Sandy Koufax. This guy on eBay or on Facebook was selling 16 slabbed graded cards and 16 or 17 ungraded Dodger cards. It basically made up the team set for the 1955 Golden Stamps. He only wanted $100, and I go, I've never heard of this set, but let's do it. Let's just hold on to it. I don't think it's that valuable, but still, it's a Dodger team set with the rookie Sandy Koufax in here and a PSA 2.5, blank back. I want to say they made these for the Dodgers and potentially either the Braves or the Giants. They're all perforated here, but that's the Sandy Koufax card. All right. 55 Topps Al Kaline. Again, I wanted a card on my Hall of Fame wall of Al Kaline, so I bought this card. Thinking I would never buy the 54 Topps rookie card, I bought this one. Well, then a couple of years later, I found a Kaline rookie, excellent price, couldn't pass it up. So the rookie went on the wall, and the second year has gone into the, I gotta think of a name for it, the bunker room or something, or the baseball card room. But this is still a really nice Al Kaline in a 4.5. And some of these cards I'm showing you, I bought dirt cheap. You couldn't buy them today at the prices they have, but I don't know. From the 57 set, I chose Bobby Richardson. Why? The only reason I like the color, I like the background. I didn't want to show you a Mantle or a Clemente or an Aaron or a Mays. I thought, let's be a little different. And I remember in the 57 set, it's not the high numbers that are hard to get. It's the 4th series, which I believe is card numbers like 252 to 325, something along those lines. Or 365, 252 to 365. Koufax is in that part, in that series. And getting the Richardson was really hard. I realized I was going to have to buy a graded version just because it was easier to find it graded than to spend like $100 for an excellent to mint version ungraded. And when I was working on this set, I wanted to make sure I had all authentic cards. So that's Bobby Richardson and a PSA 6. Okay. Here's a case when you're a Dodger team collector, you have to buy every card. And in this, for me, this is the 1962 Topps Doug Camilli. His dad was Dolph Committee, the 1941 National League MVP for the Dodgers. But this card is super expensive because of this guy right here. Hall of Fame broadcaster Bob Uecker is in this card as well. So I had to get this card graded again just because I wanted an authentic card, especially since a Hall of Famer was involved. And that's one of the things that happens when you're a team collector. I'll never forget the day that I realized Ken McMullen shared his rookie card with Pete Rose in 1963. While the Camilli Uecker case isn't as bad, it still was a little annoying to have to buy this card. But in the long run, you know what? I've learned, it's like I tell a friend of mine, you know, when you pay, it hurts when you pay for it, and then you don't think about it the next day and you never think about it again. So that's 1962 Topps Doug Camilli, along with Bob Uecker. Yeah, that's a good pickup though. As a child, I'm still a Dodgers fan, but I was also a California Angels fan. And to this day, my all-time favorite player, my all-time favorite Angel is Jim Fregosi. And I love this card from 1971. This is where Topps started doing their action shots. Look at Fregosi's helmet. He still has the Angels had a halo up there at that point. The stirrups, which I'm a big fan of that era. He's swinging away. I'm assuming that's Yankee Stadium in the background again. And like I say, Fregosi was like the first great Angel player. And I wish he'd get a little bit more recognition. But I picked this up right before he passed away. And it's, admittedly, it's only one of my handful of 71s that I have graded. The rest of the set is ungraded. So that's Jim Fregosi. This card, this was one of the first graded cards I ever bought, 1964 Topps Brooks Robinson. At the time, I was going through I want to beef up my Hall of Fame graded card. So this was one of the first cards I ever bought. I won this card for $10 on eBay. It was about 5 or 6 years ago. And back then, you could get away with a lot more on eBay than you can today. Cards don't slip as easily through the cracks as easily as they did back then. So I picked up this 1964 Brooks Robinson. This one was on my display wall at one point. It was replaced by the 1967 high number card that as a kid we all just stared at and said, we're never going to get that 1967 Topps Brooks Robinson. And then the 67 card was just recently replaced on the wall by the 1957 rookie card. So I got some good cards in there for Brooks Robinson. Last card, and this to this day remains arguably my favorite card in my collection. Excuse me. 1973 Topps Bobby Bonds. Going in back to first base with Willie Stargell holding him on. Look how back then the players, I still remember this, Bobby Bonds, Willie Mays, and Gary Matthews, and Gary Maddox, all Giants. They weren't wearing batting helmets when they ran the bases back then. And I remember all the Dodgers wore their helmets, but these are the 4 guys to me that stood out for wearing a cap while they ran the bases. And for some reason as a kid, this was probably one of the first cards I ever had. I always have loved this card. It's just a great action shot. People complain about the 73s. That looks like a Willie Stargell card. Or, the Steve Garvey card looks like a Wes Parker card. I just love this shot. And years ago when I got back into collecting and I started working on my 73 set, I go, I want that Bobby Bonds card. I bought it ungraded. It's in my binder. But then I go, no, now I want... now I want a graded one just because I love it that much. And if you look at the back, though, look, I got crossed out here. Bobby's hobby is dancing. That's a good hobby, Bobby. One of my favorite players growing up, even though he played on the Giants. So those are my cards. Those are 10 cards from my collection that I just wanted to randomly share with you guys. They don't get to see the light of day all that often, and I thought I would share them with you today. And if you stuck around with me this long, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.
It's a beautiful day for a ball game, today. If you and I are out of dollars and cents,
Oh, honey, we can always share a little hole in the fence.
it's a beautiful day for the ladies. So throw all your dishes away. We're gonna cheer and boo